Implementation of interactive learning in one of the human anatomy modules. This project is under the supervision of Professor Dr. Ilham Yusri. I'm Hadeer Tohamy, lecturer of Human Anatomy and Embryology, Faculty of Medicine, Cairo University. The main problem addressed is the poor students' attendance due to lack of interactive learning methods, resulting in poor students' presentation and communication skills, being dedicated to screens all the time, preferring watching educational videos on YouTube over physical attendance since the era of COVID-19. In the future, these students will lack appropriate communication skills, and later on they will face bad doctor-patient relationship. Human anatomy is difficult for students to learn and implement due to its complicated content, abstract concepts, and large number of medical terms. Traditional anatomy learning is primarily teacher-centered, relying on lecture-based learning, lacking effective contact between teachers and students as well as among students. What we tried in this project was to implement interactive learning in some of the lectures of reproduction module. In every interactive lecture, a group of 3 students was assigned to prepare a data show for the lecture and present it on their own, followed by a group discussion and solving a case scenario for clinical application. Students were sent an educational video covering the topic of the lecture via WhatsApp group prior to attending the lecture. In every interactive lecture, students solved a pre- and a post-lecture formative assessment. At the end of the module, they received a questionnaire about the interactive learning system. The questionnaire was categorized to cover 3 aspects: learning environment, teaching learning process, and learning assessment. 5 questions covered each aspect. Regarding the questionnaire response format, a Likert type scale was used, with 4 responses alternatives, ranging from 4 to 1. And now it's time for our results. We wanted to assess the value of the videos sent prior to attending the lectures. So first we wanted to know the percentage of students who watched the video prior to attending the lecture. And this percentage was 77.7% of all students attending the whole lectures. As we can see here, there was a significant difference between the pre-lecture formative assessment results for the students who watched the video prior to attending the lecture and those who didn't watch. Comparing the scores of the students in both pre- and post-lectures formative assessment, we can find that there was a significant difference between both scores, meaning improvement in the response of the students at the end of the lecture. This is the result of the questionnaire for the first 5 questions concerned with the learning environment. This is the result for the next 5 questions concerned with the teaching learning process. And this is the result of the last 5 questions concerned with the learning assessment. Overall, the students were satisfied with the experience. This was our outcome chain. We could achieve engaging the students in the learning process. Regarding the students' attendance, we couldn't increase it. Almost the number of students was fixed in all lectures because the attendance was not compulsory, and also our assessments were formative, not summative, so the students attending were the same students every time. Another goal was to improve the students' presentation and communication skills. Sure, this will need a long time of practice and will not be enough to be applied during one module, and also I insisted to assign different group every time in order to make them try. So I couldn't govern whether it has improved or not, but definitely this method would end in this after long practice. And here are the learned lessons. Interactive learning though creates an engaging environment to students which improves their presentation, communication, teamwork, and critical thinking skills. It requires a well-prepared teaching program. To ensure students' attendance, assessment should be summative, not only formative. The program needs to be disseminated to all departments and considered a faculty system. And finally, I'd like to thank God for His grace and mercy for giving me the effort and strength to reach this phase in my project. Great thanks to Professor Dr. Ilham Yusri for her continuous support and guidance throughout my work. My deepest gratitude to Professor Dr. Ihab Abdelaziz, the previous chair of the Anatomy Department, who facilitated the hurdles that faced me in the project. Thank you.